Hi friends, I'm Pastor Diana. Welcome to a daily devotion. I'm so glad you've chosen to take a few moments to center your heart and mind on God. I hope that you are experiencing a moment of God's love right now. This week we've been exploring the Advent theme of love and what it means to live love. Because love is not just a feeling, it's an action. And in fact, love is made up of a lot of different actions. One of the best examples of what this love is, what these actions look like or don't look like, are from Paul's first letter to the Corinthians. It may be familiar to you. It's often read at weddings. So Paul says it this way, describes love like this. Love is patient. Love is kind. It isn't jealous. It doesn't brag. It isn't arrogant. It isn't rude. It doesn't seek its own advantage. It isn't irritable. It doesn't keep a record of complaints. It isn't happy with injustice, but is happy with the truth. Love puts up with all things, trusts in all things, hopes for all things, endures all things. Love never fails. Sometimes we think that love means that people never fail. But the love here that Paul's talking about is God's love for the world. God's love found in the gift of Jesus. And that love, that action, are things that are patient. These are the things that don't brag, that aren't arrogant, that aren't full with complaints, that aren't happy with injustice, but are happy with truth and justice. And that is when we are living out of love. Now, that doesn't mean that as people, we aren't arrogant or we brag or we get impatient and we may have moments where we despair or moments where we're parts of injustice. But the love that we are called to have for each other, the action, the living out of God's love that we have for each other, that is the love that is patient, that's not arrogant, that endures, that hopes, that has faith. And so today, I hope that you are exploring how you are called to live out of God's love. How have you experienced it in your life? How have you experienced other people living out of God's love? And how can you do that towards others? Because as Christians, that is what we are called to do. We are called to live out the love of God, especially that love that's found in Jesus Christ. Will you pray with me? Gracious and loving God, I pray that you help your love grow within me and help me put that love into actions, into living that out each and every day. Amen. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope that you make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss next week's devotions. And thank you so much for being a part of the Florence Christian Church community where we celebrate God's welcome table of abundant love, grace, and acceptance. And I hope you feel that today. Have a great day.